They said I couldn't do it. They laughed when I said I wanted to make money in my sleep. They told me I wasn't qualified enough to teach anything, let alone sell a course. And for a long time, I believed them. I struggled. I cried. I doubted myself every step of the way. I was broke, burned out, and buried under bills. But then something changed. I discovered the truth, one secret that turned everything around. And now, I make passive income every single day, even when I'm doing my cash stuffing or chilling with my kids. Today, I'm revealing the exact passive income strategy that saved me, how I sell online courses without being a guru, without a massive following, and without tech headaches. This is the truth no one is telling you. So grab your budget planner, because this is about to change everything. I want to be real with you. This story doesn't start in a luxury condo or sipping lattes in Bali. It starts in a cramped apartment, lights flickering, fridge half empty, and a mountain of unopened bills mocking me from the kitchen counter. I was exhausted. Working full-time, trying to raise my kids, stuffing every dollar I had into envelopes, hoping it would stretch just a little further. I remember looking at my calendar and thinking, I can't live like this for the next 30 years. Something had to change. But here's the thing, I didn't have time for a second job. And I didn't have money to invest in anything risky. So I turned to the one thing I had, my knowledge. But not the college degree type of knowledge. I mean real-life experience. The kind that comes from surviving. Like how I learned to budget on $300 a month. How I meal prepped to save every last dollar. How I used cash stuffing to rebuild my finances. And I realized, this is valuable. What I thought was normal could help someone else. So I decided to create an online course. But let me be clear, I had no clue what I was doing. The first time I sat down to record my course, I cried. I felt like a fraud. Who would buy something from me? I didn't have a fancy studio or an editing team. Just a $20 mic, a beat-up laptop, and a dream. But I did it anyway. And let me tell you something, that was the single best decision of my life. The first time I made $49 while I was sleeping, I thought it was a glitch. Seriously. I refreshed the page like 10 times. But it was real. Somewhere, someone had bought my course on budgeting, and it changed the game. That was my first taste of real passive income. Not surveys. Not cashback apps. Not side hustles that steal your time. Real money that came in while I was offline, with my family, doing nothing but living. Now, let's break this down. Because I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true. I don't have a big audience. I don't know what to teach. Let me shatter those myths for you right now. First, you do not need a massive following. I started with under 300 followers on Instagram. And most of them were my cousins. What I had was value. I shared budgeting tips, envelope stuffing tutorials, and honest stories from my life. I built trust first. And when people trust you, they'll buy from you, even if your course isn't perfect. Second, you don't have to be an expert. People don't want perfect. They want real. They want to learn from someone who's one step ahead. That's it. If you figured out how to manage money with a small income, that's a superpower. If you found a system to meal prep on $40 a week, teach that. If you paid off debt using cash envelopes, teach that. It doesn't have to be a masterclass. It just has to be helpful. Third, you don't need to spend thousands on a course platform. There are tools out there that make this easy. I started with a free plan on Thinkific. I recorded videos on my phone. I used Canva for my slides. My first course was made in 3 days. And guess what? It still sells. Because people aren't buying fancy, they're buying results. Let me tell you how I built my course from scratch. This is the exact step-by-step process that took me from broke to booking passive income daily. Step 1. I made a list of questions people kept asking me. What's the best way to start cash stuffing? How do you set up a zero-based budget? How do I stop impulse spending? Those questions became my course outline. Step 2. I picked 4 to 6 simple lessons. I didn't overthink it. I just broke down the answers in a way that was clear and actionable. Step 3. I hit record. No scripts. No fancy editing. Just me talking like I'm talking to you right now. I kept each lesson under 10 minutes. Short, sweet, and powerful. Step 4. I uploaded to a free course platform. Step 5. I posted about it twice a week. No spam. Just stories, tips, and how my course could help. That's it. Simple. And that simplicity made me money. Now, let's talk numbers. Because I'm all about transparency. My first month, I made $147. Not much, right? But guess what? That $147 paid my phone bill and filled up my gas tank. Month 2, $326. Month 3, $589. By month 6, I was consistently making over $1,200 per month, and I hadn't changed a thing. That's the power of digital products. You create it once, and it works for you over and over again. No shipping. No inventory. No chasing clients. Just sales, on autopilot. But let me be honest with you. This didn't happen by luck. It happened because I treated my online course like a business. I set aside time to work on it, even when I was tired. I learned how to talk to my audience. I invested in tools when I could afford it. And I stopped listening to the people who said, "No one's gonna buy that." Because someone did. And then another. And then dozens more. And every time someone messaged me saying, "Your course helped me finally stick to a budget," I cried. Because it wasn't just money, it was purpose. Here's the part no one tells you about passive income. It gives you freedom. Freedom to say no to toxic jobs. Freedom to take a day off when your kid is sick. Freedom to breathe when life gets overwhelming. But it starts with courage. The courage to create something from nothing. To put your voice out there even when it shakes. To believe that your story is worth sharing. And if you're watching this right now, I want you to hear me loud and clear. You are worthy. You are qualified. And you don't need anyone's permission to start. Now, I know some of you are thinking, what if it fails? Let me reframe that. What if it works? What if your course helps 10 people change their lives? What if it earns you $500 a month and helps you pay down debt? What if this is the thing that unlocks your next level? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Let me give you a bonus tip that changed everything for me. Bundle your course with your other content. I started offering my budget planner as a freebie for anyone who bought my course. That one strategy boosted my sales by 40%. Why? Because people love getting value. And it made me stand out from all the other budgeting gurus online. Now let me walk you through what my daily routine looks like now. I wake up. Check my phone. See 2 to 3 new course sales. I sip my coffee. I stuff my envelopes. I go live once a week. And that's it. My course runs 24/7. No clocking in. No burnout. And when I want to update it, I just add a new lesson. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because I want this for you too. I want you to experience what it feels like to wake up to money you didn't trade hours for. To take a vacation without guilt. To finally feel in control of your finances and your future. So here's my challenge to you. This week, write down 3 things you've overcome. Then brainstorm 5 lessons you could teach someone starting from scratch. That's your course. Record it. Launch it. Share it. And if you ever feel stuck, come back to this video. Let it remind you of what's possible. You're not just a mom. Or a student. Or someone trying to make ends meet. You're a creator. A teacher. A future online business owner. And this is your sign to start. My passive income secret? It wasn't about tech. It wasn't about fame. It was this. I believed my story mattered. And I acted on it. Now it's your turn. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, your budget is your superpower. Your story is your strength. And your course, that's your legacy. This is Cash Stuffing and Budgeting, and I'll see you in the next one.